This is fantastic news. A new Chucky movie is in the works for a theatrical release. Now this is great because I'm coincidentally in the middle of a long Child's Play video series. According to new details, Don Mancini is hard at work on a new Chucky film. There's lots of interesting new details, so we're going to break all that down. I'm going to talk about my thoughts and theories about this, and I want to hear about your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Let's get into this thing. So in March of 2024, Don Mancini mentioned he was working on a new Chucky film. This is shortly after the cancellation of Season 3 that ended with a cliffhanger. Then Jennifer Tilly, just not too long ago, also mentioned we haven't seen the last of Chucky, hinting that she has been in communication with Don Mancini about more Chucky happening. Fans even speculated that work could begin on this soon when Brad and Fiona Dourif left a convention early. And I think it was for work. Or maybe they canceled an appearance. I guess I'm fuzzy on the details on it. But this weekend at Steel City Comic-Con, Don Mancini once again mentioned he is in the middle of writing a new movie. Something he's considering kind of a throwback or a reset. Something that's reminiscent of Curse of Chucky, Child's Play, and Child's Play 2. But he also plans to connect this to the television series, as well as all of the previous movies in one big continuity, obviously minus the remake, which is the one thing that's completely disconnected. The highs and lows of Chucky have created a lot of division amongst fans. Purists who prefer 1 through 3 and maybe Curse of Chucky, maybe Season 1 of Chucky, and people like myself who really just enjoy all of it. I will defend Seed of Chucky any day. It is a transgressive masterpiece. I really appreciate the dynamic that the franchise has where it goes back and forth between being serious but a little comical and completely wackadoo. It reminds me of the Godzilla franchise. There's lots of movies there that are just completely crap, but they're great still, you know what I mean? It's the same way for lots of slasher franchises, but Chucky is very self-aware too. I would dare to say it's meta, not in the way that Scream is, but it knows what it's doing. Seed of Chucky was meant to be as bad as it was. Now, I'm not going to go on a whole rant about that. I have a whole video coming about that in the future, but tonally, this one, he's going for Child's Play 1 and 2 again, and Curse of Chucky, which sounds great. After Season 3 of Chucky, the show, being absolutely bonkers, it's time for a return to the normal. I like that it's a bit of ups and downs with this. Personally, that's one of my favorite elements of this. You never know what you're going to get exactly. Now let's talk about the theatrical release element of this. So that's definitely the plan for this movie. That's how Don Mancini is going to get it made. Thank Damballa for that. If anything, I would predict that this means Chucky is going to be more of the central character this time around. We're not going to have a bunch of these side characters. I don't know if Jennifer Tilly will even be in this one. Maybe it will simplify things just back to Chucky, essentially, and a new, unique scenario or situation he has to be in. It's likely going to be a little bit more contained and smaller, and Don Mancini himself is saying it's going to be scary again. Now, he directed Curse and Cult of Chucky, as well as numerous episodes of the series. He wrote everything, or at least co-wrote, Sure, changes were made by directors and other writers, but it's really his brainchild. And the fact that he has been consistently involved throughout it, aside from the remake, that's just incredible to me. He should have full creative control to do what he wants with this stuff. If he's open to working with another director, I would be happy with that too. I'm sure there's a lot of modern new directors that would be stoked to work on a Child's Play movie. All of this is really fantastic news if you ask me. Again, I would say, I think at most, in terms of side characters and other wacky stuff, you might get Jennifer Tilly on top of Brad Dourif. That's about all I'm thinking in terms of that you might get. But as we know, Brad Dourif is in retirement now. Aside from convention appearances and strictly Child's Play because he considers himself a close friend of Don Mancini's, and I like that because, yeah, he is getting old, but at the same time, Child's Play, at least all you have to do is voice act. You don't have to physically, dress up and act and do anything. I mean, it's still a physical job, don't get me wrong, but, it's got to be a little bit simpler for someone in that condition. So, I personally am stoked for another Child's Play movie or a Chucky movie, whatever it's going to end up being called. Regardless of tone, to be perfectly honest, it could be just another transgressive movie and I would enjoy it. Or it could be just as serious as the first one. Either way, I'll take it down. I'll take those table scraps, Don Mancini. Fork 'em over. Quick thank you to my channel members and Patreon subscribers. If you want more ectoviolence, including exclusive videos and behind-the-scenes content, become a member by clicking the links in the description below.